We have seen numerous of Bollywood movies surrounded nearby or like discussing the story of Samrat Ashoka, Lord Ashoka, King Ashoka, right? He's known for the Battle of Kalinga, but why Ashoka is so much prominent? Let me tell you. Ashoka is the figure which took India from violent intent to non-violent intent, right? So Ashoka was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya, and he was having a clear vision in his mind to invade whole territories of India, including the southern portions of India, which were never touched by any other ruler before Ashoka. So Ashoka came up with a clear intent to rule towards the southern portion of India also. And in that process, what he did, he explored the Chhattisgarh area, the tribal areas of Chhattisgarh, and he conquered that area. And after conquering Chhattisgarh area, he headed towards Odisha. And in Odisha, he had a battle of Kalinga, and which was the major setback or life-changing movement for Samrat Ashoka. From here, Samrat Ashoka decided not to go for any kind of war or violence, and he released all the war prisoners after this battle of Kalinga. Ashoka succeeded the throne in 273 BCE. Now, here you have to remember that his name is Ashoka. This name was given by his mother. Ashoka means because his mother was not able to conceive and was not able to give birth to any baby. And after numerous of attempts, she was able to produce Ashoka. So she named him as Ashoka. Ashoka. Ashoka means shok means dukh, sorrow. So there is no sorrow. There is no pain after having this baby. Now, this particular child was quite meritorious and he was having a clear vision that his father, Bindusar, is not capable enough. And if he will start ruling or if he will continue ruling over the territory of India, we might lose it to Persian people. So Samrat Ashoka killed his father and he killed his 99 other brothers. Now it might look a fictitious number for you, sir. 99 brothers kaise ho sakte hain? That is technically possible because in the ancient time, usually the ruler used to have numerous of queens, and out of those numerous of queens, they have numerous of babies. And there was the pure imperialism during that time frame where the family politics used to prevail. Right. So Ashoka killed his father and 99 other brothers to capture the throne of this Mauryan dynasty. And that after that, Ashoka became the first king in Indian history who left his records engraved on stone. So what he did, he started with the practice that whatever I am doing, this thing should be commended, or this thing should be appreciated by the future generations also. So he started stone inscription pattern. Numerous of these stone inscription can be found in Madhya Pradesh Sagar district and in Chhattisgarh Bastar district. Right now, Ashokan inscriptions were written in Kharoshti and Brahmi scripts. So these were the scripts in which he has written about numerous of his victories. So basically, these inscription stones were nothing else but they were a sort of unsung hymns of his victory. Like if he has succeeded in a particular area, he will go there, he will establish a stone there and write down what he did there. Right. Now, Ashoka fought in 261 BC Kalinga battle in modern Odisha. Now, Ashokan inscriptions were deciphered by James Steeford. James Steeford was an English historian, and when Britishers came to India, he deciphered Ashokan inscriptions. Now, after the battle of Kalinga, Ashoka changed his mind and he became a Buddhist. And he sent his son Mahendra and daughter Sanghamitra to various parts of Sri Lanka, China, and Tibet to promote Buddhism. So, right nowadays, when we see Buddhism in Thailand, Nepal, we see Buddhism in Tibet, we see Buddhism in China, in Sri Lanka. So, that is the pure game. That is the pure game we can say established by none other than Ashoka. And after this particular battle, Ashoka came up with a very clear vision that he wants to renunciate violence. He started following the principles of non-violence, right? And for the propagation of Buddhism, Ashoka started the institution of Dharma Mahamatras. So these were the representative of Buddhist culture in various parts of India. Now, as we all know that the word Satyamev Jayate, right? This we have taken from Mundak Upanishad. But in our national emblem, we have emblem, and that emblem carries four lines at four sides. This we have taken from Sarnath inscription of Samrat Ashoka. This Sarnath inscription is in Bihar. So from there we have taken this particular thing. Now, the major four rock edicts of Ashoka tell about the practice of dharma in his time period. He started a updated version of Buddhism that is known as Ashokan Dhamma. Right? Ashokan Dhamma was the updated version of Buddhism. Now, Ashoka held the third Buddhist council in the capital city of his dynasty. That was in Patliputra. Patliputra, Patna. There he held, like the modern day Patna, there he held third Buddhist council. He sent his son and daughter, as I told you earlier, to Sri Lanka and various parts of the country to promote Buddhism. And the name of the son was Mahendra and daughter's name was Sanghamitra. Ashoka spread Buddhism to Sri Lanka and Nepal. He is known for Constantine of Buddhism and the Kalinga Edict. He mentions all men as are my children. So after the end of Kalinga battle, he came up with an inscription in Kalinga also. And there he written all men are my children. So he considered himself as Chakravarti Samrat, which is following the well-being of the people at topmost. Ashoka ruled for 40 years and died in 232 BCE. Now, that is only important prominent ruler of Ashokan dynasty except Chandragupta Maurya. Except Chandragupta Maurya, Ashoka was the only predominant or the dominating personality of this Mauryan empire. Now, the last ruler of Mauryan empire was Brahadrat. He was killed by his army in chief Pushyamitra Shunga. Pushyamitra Shunga was a Brahmin and he started Shunga dynasty in India in 185 BCE. Right? Megasthenes, the first foreign traveler, traveled to India and mentions about the existence of seven castes in India during the Mauryan period. Now, we have already followed it in yesterday's class that Megasthenes wrote a book, Indica, which was defining about the contemporary India of Chandragupta Maurya time period. So there he has mentioned that in India there were seven castes at the time of Chandragupta Maurya. Now, we will talk about post-Mauryan empires. The first one is Shunga dynasty. Shunga dynasty was founded by Pushyamitra Shunga, who was the commander-in-chief of last Mauryan king Brahadrat. Right? Now, except this, there is nothing important about Shunga dynasty, right? Next is Kanva dynasty. Kanva dynasty was founded by Vasudev Kanva in 72 BCE after defeating the last Shunga ruler Devabhuti. Again, this dynasty is not that much important. Heading towards Cheti dynasty of Kalinga. Now, this dynasty is important because this Cheti dynasty of Kalinga has ruled not only over the area of Kalinga, Odisha, but also over the area of Chhattisgarh. Right? So that's how this Cheti dynasty is important. This Cheti dynasty was founded by Mahamegvahan. Right? Mahamegvahan was the founder of this dynasty. And Hathi Gumba inscription of Kharvel Gola. Kharvela or Kharvel Gola in Karnataka. Right, provides the detailed description of Chedis in Kalinga. Right, Kharvela was a follower of Jainism. Now, heading towards next Satvahan dynasty. Satvahan dynasty is again not that much important, but we can just follow it up for the purpose of reading. Satvahan was the most powerful ruling dynasty after Mauryans. Satvahana were also known as Andhras, right? So Satvahana dynasty was spread in the area of Andhra. Now, Satvahana were the Indian rulers who prefixed their mother name along with their name. So Satvahana ruler did something unique. Like rather than keeping their father's name, they kept their mother name along with their name as a prefix. And the most important Satvahan ruler was Gautami Putra Satkarni. Now, Gautami was the name of the mother of Satkarni. Gautami Putra means son, Satkarni. Satvahanas were again Brahmins. Next, Nagarjuna, Konda, and Amravati in Andhra Pradesh became the important seats of Buddhist culture during Satvahana period. Now, the Satvahana period were Satvahana people were Brahmins. They were promoting Brahmin culture and Hindu culture, but they haven't stopped Buddhist people to promote their culture or Jainism people to promote their culture. So, in their time period, again Buddhism culture reached at its zenith or at its pinnacle. Now, the two common structure of Satvahana were the temple called Chaitya and the monastery called Vihar. So, in the Satvahana time period, two special kind of structure can be found. Chaityas were the temples and Viharas were the monasteries of monks during Satvahana period. Now, Satvahana people mostly issued lead coin and their official language was Prakrit. Now, next, heading towards Indo-Greeks. If we have to understand about the Indo-Greek invasion in India, we just have to remember one fact in our mind that these people have done a significant change that was putting the image of king over the currency coins. Became popular and first time use during Indo-Greek time frame, right? If we will talk about the Indo-Greek invasion, the first to invade over India were the Greek. They were called Indo-Greeks, right? The most famous Indo-Greek ruler was Mahinder Singh with the capital at Sakala in Punjab, modern Sialkot of Pakistan. So the first Indo-Greek ruler who conquered India was Mahendra. Manendra, sorry. The Indo-Greek were the first to issue gold coins in India. Before that, there was copper coins, lead coins, iron ore coins, but they have introduced gold coin, which practice was followed by Gupta dynasty people also. The introduction of Hellenistic art featuring into India was also the contribution of Indo-Greek rule. Now, Manendra was converted into Buddhism by Buddhist monk Nagasena or Nagarjuna. Indo-Greek were the first to issue the coin bearing figures of kings. Now, if we will talk about the dominating ruler of Indo-Greek arena, it was Damaritus, right? The king of Basseteria invaded India in 190 BCE and he considered as second Alexander. But the Indian ruler who accepted the name second Alexander is Sikandar Sani for Alauddin Khilji. Now, worldwide second Alexander is this particular person, uh, Demetrius. Demetrius, right? While in Indian history, as per Indian history, the second Alexander is Sikandar Sani. Sikandar Sani, and that was Alauddin Khilji. So Alauddin Khilji is considered as second Sikandar or Alexander in India. Why? Because he again, this person Alauddin Khilji also tried to conquer towards the southern portion of India, which remained untouched, right? Or like before him, like Chol, Chail, Pandya, Chalukya, Pallav dynasties were ruling. in the areas of Andhra, Karnataka, then Kerala, and then some area of Odisha. But he was the first one who made an effort to conquer that area. After him, again, another effort has been made by Aurangzeb to conquer that area of South India. Now, let's talk about Gurjar Pratihars. Gurjar Pratihars are not important, I think. Now, next is Chakas. Now, Chakas were again, they were the invaders. Okay? They started Chak Sambad, right? Chak Sambad is a calendar, special kind of calendar. Like we use Georgian calendar. In the same way, there is Islamic calendar called Hijri Sambat. In the same way, there is another calendar called Shak Sambat. And then there is another calendar started by Chandragupta II Vikramaditya, who was the ruler of Gupta Empire. That is known as Vikram Sambat. So these are the four major calendars followed in India. So Shakas were also known as Chaithyans. These Shaka people in India, okay, were now in India. These people have started with a special power in Gandhar. Gandhar means the area of Kabul or Afghanistan. From there, these Shaka people started their ruling, and their most dominating ruler was Rudradaman I. Now, later on, they have conquered the area of Junagadh in Gujarat. Junagadh inscription of Rudradaman was the first inscription in Sanskrit. Before that, whatever inscriptions were written by Ashoka, they were in Brahmi or Kharoshthi, right? Or majorly following the Prakrit language. But in Sanskrit, the first inscription written was by the Shaka people in Junagadh. Ujjaini was the capital of Rudradaman, who was the most prominent ruler of Shaka dynasty. Now, heading towards the next, Kushans. Kushans were another invaders, right? Kushan people came to India from North Central Asia. The first great Kushan king was Khujala Kadphis, or named as Kadphis I. He was the most famous ruler of Kushana dynasty. After that, Kanishk was another famous ruler of Kushana dynasty. Right? They made the capital of Kushana, these Kushana people was Peshawar in Pakistan. Right? Now again, Kanishk, who was belonging to this Kushana race, has converted himself into a Buddhist, right? After attending the Buddhist council. Now, till now the image is clear. यहाँ तक की बातें clear हैं? Yes or no? Please just let me know so that I can proceed ahead with Gupta Empire. Is there everything clear till now? Yes. Yeah. Chal. So now, talking about Gupta Empire. Now, this Gupta Empire was founded by Sri Gupta. Now, I'll tell you, MP and Chhattisgarh PSC have a special focus on Gupta Empire. They mostly ask questions from Gupta Empire in history. Right? I don't know why they are having a sort of affection with Gupta Empire. So we are going to understand Gupta Empire in a detailed manner. This Gupta Empire period is also known as golden time period of Indian history. Right? Remember one thing, that the time period of Mughals, Mauryas, none of them is known as golden time period. Only the Gupta time period is known as golden time period because it was the time period when Indian people not only flourished in their philosophy, culture, but also in their architecture, and they were having wellness, they were having like good amount of resources. They have fought numerous of battles, conquered various areas, and submerged them into Gupta Empire. Now, so The Gupta Empire's founder was Sri Gupta. After him, his son Ghatotkacha became the second ruler of Gupta Empire. Now, Chandragupta first is considered the real founder of Gupta Empire. Now you have to remember in history, basically there are three Chandragupta. Chandragupta Maurya, Chandragupta first, then Chandragupta second, who is known as Vikramaditya. Right? Now, so Chandragupta first is considered real founder. Like Sri Gupta has founded the dynasty, but he hasn't made any significant contribution. Chandragupta first, who was the grandson of Sri Gupta. He was the real founder of Gupta dynasty. He sat on the throne in 1320 AD. He was the first ruler to adopt the title of Maharaja Adhiraj. Maharaja Adhiraj means the king of kings. Maharaja Adhiraj is the title, which means you are the king of kings. And if we will typically talk that from when the Gupta period has started, so it started from 26 February 1320 AD. Now, Samudragupta succeeded Chandragupta first. Now, Samudragupta is known as Napoleon of India. Samudragupta is known as Napoleon of India. I don't know why Samudragupta is known as Napoleon of India rather than like Samudragupta was former ruler, so it should be like the Napoleon is Samudragupta of world, right? But whatever, our history has been manipulated by Britishers, so we have to study it like this way only. So Samudragupta is known as Napoleon of India because he conquered various areas surrounded by that Gupta Empire. The Allahabad pillar inscription composed by Hari Singh contains information about Samudragupta's conquest. Allahabad pillar inscription is also known as Prayag Prashasti. Now this question is asked. I'll tell you, Gupta dynasty se question is, who's the founder of Gupta dynasty? Sri Gupta. Then Prayag Prashasti pillar inscription was done by whom? It was done by Samudragupta. Now, Samudragupta is also known as Lichvi Gohid. Lichvi, which means the son of the daughter of Kumar Devi. She was the princess. Kumar Devi was the princess of Lichvi. Lichvi was the area nearby West Bengal. So basically, his father, Chandragupta first, established matrimonial relationships with other dynasties to ensure that these dynasties should not attack on his empire. So this is in this matrimonial political relationship only. His father Chandragupta first married with Kumar Devi. She was the Lichvi princess, and from there, this person Samudragupta came into existence. That's why Samudragupta is also known as Lichvi Dor. Samudragupta is described as Indian Napoleon by famous historian V.A. Smith. Samudragupta composed Bahu Kavita and had the title of Kaviraj. Right? Now, Sanskrit was the court language of Guptas. India became greater India under Samudragupta's time period. And Samudragupta was a very good Veena player also. Veena is a musical instrument which is usually carried by Ma Saraswati. You people would have seen in the images, right? Abhi, so basically, he was a very famous Veena player who Samud. Now, after Samudragupta, the next ruler was Chandragupta II. This person, Chandragupta II, is known as Vikramaditya. You people would have heard the story of Vikram and Vetal. So Vikram Vetal में जो Vikram थे वो यही थे Chandragupta II, Vikramaditya. He shifted his capital from Patliputra to Ujjain. He made his capital to Ujjain. Now, Chandragupta II is the greatest of Gupta ruler, popularly known as Vikramaditya. He adopted the title of Shakari. Why Shakari? For ending Shaka dynasty. Right? In his time period, famous Chinese traveler Fai An traveled to India. So this is another important question which you have to remember. fire and travel during the time period of Chandragupta II. Again, Chandragupta II first time came up with 9 jewels or 9 gems of council, right? The same pattern was followed by Akbar in the Mughal period. So this person, Chandragupta II Vikramaditya, came up with 9 gems, out of which one gem was Kalidas. Kalidas was contemporary to Chandragupta II. That is another question usually asked in the examination. Kalidas has written various literatures including Malvikagni Mitram, Abhidham Shakuntalam, Meghdoot, Kumar Sambhav, Ritu Samhar. These are the poetries. He is known as the poetry person of India, right? The first drama writer of India. The first drama writer of India and first drama writer of the world is Kalidas. Kalidas is known as Shakespeare of India. Again the same question, Shakespeare बाद में आए, कालिदास पहले आए, but ठीक है, our history is dominated by these Britishers and Western people, so no comments. But you have to remember that Kalidas is known as William Shakespeare of India. Now, the exploits of Chandragupta II are glorified in the iron pillar inscription fixed near Qutub Minar. Near Qutub Minar, there is an iron pillar inscription, right? There, they have defined all glorified things done by Chandragupta II, that is Vikramaditya. Chandragupta II adopted the title of Vikramaditya as a mark to his victory over Chaka Kshatraps. Now, he introduced the system of 9 jewels or 9 gems or Navaratnas, right? These 9 jewels were Kalidas, Kakar Bhara, Chaparna, Varah Mehra. Varah Mehra was astronomy expert. Vararuchi was again writer. Vetal Bhatt, यही है विक्रम वेताल वाला, वेताल जो है वेताल भट्ट, right? Most of the historians says कि Chandragupta II Vikramaditya had some hallucination problem, and he has by hallucination he has created a character named as Vetal Dhanvantari. He was dealing with medicine, and अभी प्रयागराज में कुंभ चल रहा है ना, तो जो अमृत कलश निकला था महाकुंभ से, जिसकी 4 बूंदें गिरी थी समुद्र मंथन के बाद, जहां पे 4 जगह पे कुंभ होता है, तो वो अमृत कलश लेके एज पर हिंदू फिलोसफी धनवंतरी ही आए थे। धनवंतरी ही जो धनतेरस सेलिब्रेट करते हैं ना बिफोर दिवाली, दैट इज द बर्थ एनिवर्सरी ऑफ दिस पर्सन धनवंतरी। ही डील्स विद मेडिसिन। नाउ Amar Sinha and Shanku. Shanku was a famous mathematician who came up with this design. In Hindi, this design conic shape is known as Shanku, on the name of Shanku. Chandragupta II was succeeded by his son Kumargupta I. Now, Skandagupta Vikramaditya was the Skandagupta and Chandragupta II Vikramaditya, but the last great ruler of Gupta Empire. Skandagupta and Vikramaditya were the only hero in Asia and Europe who defeated Huns in their glorified periods. Now, Huns was the most barbaric tribe. Huns were the most barbaric tribe. जो आपने उसमें देखा है ना वो मूवी, क्या तो नाम है, माहेशमती, बाहुबली। बाहुबली मूवी में वो जैसे कैरेक्टर दिखाए ना, हुंस वैसे होते थे, they were extreme barbaric, ठीक है? तो उनको केवल और केवल गुप्ता डायनेस्टी के रूलर्स ही रोक पाए। विष्णुगुप्त was the last ruler of Gupta dynasty who ruled till 570 BC. Now, during this time period, Mantri Parshad assisted the king administration. So to administer the king, there was a council of ministers known as Mantri Parshad. The most important industry of Gupta period were at their peak. Right? The period of Gupta is compared as Periclean age of Greece or Augustan age of Rome and Elizabethan age of England. So it is like the best era in Indian history. The period of Gupta is considered golden age of Indian history. Earlier, Gupta had capital at Prayag in Allahabad. Later on, they shifted to Ujjain by Chandragupta II Vikramaditya. Before that, initially they were having their capital at Patliputra. Then from Patliputra, they shifted it to Prayagraj. Then from Prayagraj, they shifted it to Ujjain. And why? Because they always wanted to keep the capital at center so that it should take maximum time. It should be taken, like the invaders should take maximum time to reach to the capital city. The most important officers in the Gupta Empire were Kumar Matya. ठीक है, Kumar Matya was the tax collector. Now, the royal seal of Gupta bore the emblem of spatial line. Now, Aryabhatta was the first to treat mathematics as a separate subject. Aryabhatta also born in this time period. Now you have to see Paramera, Kalidas, Aryabhatta, Varaharuchi, Shanku, Dhanvantari. So these are like expert people of each and every sect had emerged in this time period. That's why this time period is known as golden time period. In this time period, these people were having gold coins as a currency coin, right? He wrote Aryabhattiyam. He belonged to Gupta period. Aryabhatta was first to use the decimal system. He is known for the invention of zero as well. Now, Panchasiddh, Braj Jatak, Laghu Jatak, Brahad Samhita were the work of Varah Mehra. Now, the best specimen of Gupta painting are seen in the Ajanta and Baga caves. So, Ajanta caves and Baga caves of Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh have emerged in this time period only, during this Gupta time period only, right? Ellora temple also emerged in this time period. The Gupta period marked the beginning of Indian temple agriculture. Gupta issued large number of gold coins in India. Okay. Now Gupta patronized the Gandhar school of art. Now there are two schools of temple construction in India. One is Gandhar Nagar, another one is Dravidi. So this structure is Nagar. You people would have seen the temples having such kind of dome. Then in southern portion there was a system called Dravinian temple, which were having something like this. You people will remember it if you can recall it in your mind. यहाँ पे कई सारे gods वगैरह बैठे होते थे and बड़ा colorful से temple होते. Then the third art has begun by these people and that was Nagar art. Sorry. These people have begun with the third art form and that was Gandhar. Okay? Gandhar. And the Gandhar construction had like this. And then it has this. Entry gate was here. So they started with a completely new structure. यहाँ पे गर्भगृह होता था, मेन एरिया जहाँ पे गॉडेस को स्टैब्लिश किया जाता था, एंड यहाँ पे open premises hota. And this is called Gandhar structure, which has begun by these people, Gupta people only. Now, heading next, the fresco painting in Ajanta caves are the example of art in Gupta period. The chief source of income in Gupta period was land revenue. Again, that's how they were having a tax collector person named as Kumar Matya. The position of women declined during Gupta period. That was the only sad part about Gupta period, that in this time period, women have become more of domesticated. They were forced to live in the houses only. Right? Now, next, a renowned physician of Gupta is Vagbhat, who has written Vagbhat Samhita, which is a book of medicine. Nalanda and Takshila, these two universities were at the top in the world during this period only. Kalidas, also known as Indian Shakespeare and the Prince of Indian Poet, has also emerged in this time period. So यहाँ तक की चीजें क्लियर है? Yes or no? Just let me know. Is it clear? Yeah. So now we will have questions for the day. Question number 8. Who was the founder of Mauryan Empire? What should be the correct answer? Yes. Who was the founder of Mauryan Empire? You people don't want to attempt quiz today? Yes. Okay. I think you people are not interested to attend today's quiz. That's totally fine. What I will do is I'll share the PDF in the app, and you can check the questions. If you are having any doubt, you can ask in the next class. That is okay? Yes, Tanvi, Malvi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we'll stop here for the day then. Thank you so much, people. See you in the next class tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.